Hi, my name's Douglas Peacock. Welcome to this video. In this one I'm going to cover a bit about cancer and different types of cancer that I have come across and what I have found and how the people have healed. Now, we'll start off with the breast cancer. Now, one of the things that I found with the breast cancers, one of the issues that tends to come up with it is around nurturing, because we know the breasts are around nurturing. Now, and one of the levels that we look at on a consciousness level is where are you not being nurtured? Where are you not nurturing yourself? And where is the irritation around needing to be nurtured? And it's interesting because even as I say this and you listening to it here, I feel the shift inside of you. It's really interesting. I can feel the consciousness move. Now, when we go into that, what we look at, like I said in the past video, is there is a frequency where the brain is releasing chemicals, which is creating the environment for the cells, which holds the cells in, and they are being held in a certain environment where the frequency is not good for them to basically be healthy. So what we need to do, and what I do at the consciousness, is we have to find out where is it that you are not allowing yourself to be nurtured. And a common thing that I've found with many of the ladies that I've worked with breast cancer is there's obviously an issue in their relationship. They'll be over nurturing their parents, their partners, their kids, and they're putting themselves on the back burner. And quite often, to get them to go into there, there's pain there, and they don't really want to go in there. And this is where we clean that out. The other thing about the breast cancer where we need to go in at a deeper level is where are you living in a toxic environment? Where is the toxicity in nurturing and loving yourself? And one of the things that we need to do here is to get in deep inside of you to what's been creating it. Now, if you've just been diagnosed with cancer, you know that this would have happened, from science. They've proven that by the time that we can diagnose the cancer, it's been in the body for at least 8 to 12 years. It's just a fact. It's just a scientific fact. So we need to track back through your programming, your consciousness, to find out where this initial seed comes from. Now, there's one good thing about quantum physics and about quantum healing and about energy medicine that is so great, is when we heal it in the past, it affects the future. So we go back into the core of where it's being held, and it's able to be unraveled and released. And then what happens is the whole molecular structure and all the environment that the genes are being held in through epigenetics all begin to change, shift, and the imprinting changes, which then allows the body to heal. And this is where I've seen ladies with breast cancer have their tumors and their glands and that come back into balance and harmony. So there's some more that goes on behind this, but in the nutshell, when you come and see me, and when I work with ladies that have breast cancer, we go into the consciousness of what's going on. And there's a lot of stuff that we need to move out of the way first before we start getting into the truth. And it is done with so much compassion and love. And one of the things that I do is I hold you there, and I hold you in the space so that you can allow yourself to open. Because it's not about me, it's about you opening to yourself. And we will be told as we go along what other sort of herbs or diets you may need to get on, what else you need to do, and the energy aligns with what needs to go on. So that's a little bit about the healing of breast cancer. Other cancers I have worked with are prostate cancer, and this is from the base chakra. It's down in the groin, obviously, in the prostate in men. And one of the things that often is shown to me here is where is the manhood being challenged? Where is the energy being constricted around the tribal, where they fit in society and things like that? And there's quite often a grabbing, sort of like grabbing on the nuts, so to speak. And that needs to be released because it's a constriction of the energy flow. When we open that, it often opens up a lot of creativity in the person, and they may have been stifling and pushing this down and not allowing to get into it. We then have to penetrate into the seed of where the tumor is, of where in the prostate there, and allow the energy to get in there to begin breaking up the denseness, because guys tend to hold their emotions and they shove them down and, oh, I'll just get over it, I'll just work through this and that's just how it is. But we need to get in there and break the energy up and allow the frequency to begin start breathing life in there, to begin opening you up to a better way of being. So in prostate, that's a big core. It also comes up to a lot of energy, and I track through the body, and you'll tend to find it'll be in the mind. We do work on the mind and the neurological programs, the beliefs, the patterns that are going on. They basically get cleaned out as we do it. We move into the pancreas and the spleen area where we have responsibility problems going on. Quite often heart and emotional stuff will open up where things are being blocked. And quite often what I see, and the picture I get shown is in the prostate, the energy is like being having a creeper, a vine, going over a tree, and it's strangling it. It's the energy strangling it. And like I said before, it's like getting grabbed by the nuts, and it's strangling the vitality in the energy there. What we do is we're to find out where that creep is coming from. Find that, presto, it heals. And I've seen it too many times to know that that's just basically what we're going to do. But the trick is being able to access into where that pain is. Okay, this is the liver cancer, where we have liver. Liver is, we all know we hold anger in our liver, things like that. One of the big things with the liver cancer is we have to unravel it. Again, there's like a vine that goes in there. There's cording that goes in. It often goes into the emotional and second energy centers, and it's about getting deep hurt out of people. There's deep hurt in there, and when we can access that hurt, the heart is able to open and the life, and find the joy back in life, and that's when we begin to see change there. And it's being able to go into those wounds, and I've seen spots and little lumps in the livers dissolve instantly once the people have accessed these places within their liver cancer. The other thing that it does is there's a lot of energy that moves around into the lower back and in the hips, and this is the fear and what's going on there, and we need to be able to get in there. It's all around the second chakra, around how you fit in society, where you may have found in the physical world that you've struggled, and we need to get in there and have forgiveness and really open that up, and in doing that you set yourself free. And I've seen it too many times where people have tumours there and they just shrink, and they shrink within days. And one of the things that people can't believe is, well, how do they shrink so much? Well, they're not being fed. Like I said about the epigenetics before, their environment changes. All of a sudden there's no more acid and toxicity, and the energy is able to be more, it's purified and it's able to clean. And then there's obviously other stuff that we do as well. There's different other people that we would get you to see to get your diet right, your nutrition and all that thing, because it's the immune system that's under attack. And we need to bring that back into balance. We do a lot of it. I do a lot of it with the energy work and the consciousness, and getting your awareness to shift those old belief system or bullshit stories that you've been telling yourself, where you're out of alignment. And I actually get you to go into where the pain is. And it's all done with compassion and love to help you let go, because what you're hanging on to is only hurting you, and we don't want that for you. So that's the big thing about liver cancer. One of the things that I've seen with people that have had tumours in different parts of their body, one of the biggest things with these tumours is when you go into the tumours, because they'll spread, they'll run. And, it is finding where the core is and what's the actual core that's creating all these other tumours, because the body's trying to get rid of the toxins, and that's why they create these tumours. And one of the things that we know is when we can find out what's causing the toxin and we get that out, then you're free. then they'll just shrink. They dissolve. The body will get rid of them on their own. I've seen it too many times where people have had that. I've seen people with bowels where the head's wrapped in around their bowel and it's shrunk once they got rid of the shit that they were hanging on to. And hey, I swear a little bit, but hey, we're all human. And it's quite honest, your bowels full of shit, hanging on to something. Bladders, all sorts of things. We need to just go in and find out where the cause is. And maybe just because the cause, you've got bowel cancer or liver cancer or lip cancer, it may not be there where it's getting caught. And this is where I look at the energy field and actually have to peel back and look at all the different dimensions on the emotional level, the mental level, the morphic level, out on all the different levels to be able to read and track into what it is for you. Because everyone's different. But the thing is, it's not hard to track once you know the way. And that's basically how it works. With the lymphs, we go into there and getting the drainage out of your system, where you're hanging on, where you're blocking yourself, where you're not allowing yourself to flow. When we get into that stuff, the energy moves it and the tumours shrink. We've been lucky enough to see people shrink tumours overnight or over a few weeks, and the doctors can't explain what's going on. And the hardest thing that, for everyone that works with me, the hardest thing is that it's untangible. You can't work out why it's doing it. But when you look at the body knows how to heal itself. It's just got to get into alignment. And when we do that, we're free. And that's what I want for you. Because when we align ourselves and we get ourselves into our thinking right and our forgiving ourselves and our accepting ourselves and loving ourselves right, we find we come into balance. Yet there's many different ways that we trip ourselves up, and when we've been doing it for a while, we'll tend to find that we get these cancers. So hope that's been helpful. And hey, if you can give me a call if this interests you and you'd like to know where you are. The thing about what happens with it is you can call me over the phone and I can tell you what I see. And I will. I'll tell you what I see, where you're getting caught. And then it's an untangling. What I tend to see is what the top issue is that needs to be moved out of the way first. Then when we get into the work, we'll go down into the real core underneath. But I'll be able to show you, this is going on because of this. We clean that out, then you'll find there'll be tentacles that go down into the deeper levels. And that's basically how it is for me. And so I hope this has been helpful for you and benefits you. And please, feel free to give me a call, and I'd love to help you. My name is Douglas Peacock. Take care.